Hey, there we go. Can we hear me? Yeah, all right. My name is Jeff Fritz. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it might be where you are. Welcome back to my stream. Today is February 17th, 2019, and we're going to write a little bit of code today. And I see some folks in the chat room are gleaming on. Oh my gosh. And we've got a couple resubs here as well. GG Feds and Mike Eaton, thank you so much for those resubs. Tier 1 for both of you. Thank you very, very much. And we're going to make donations to Black Girls Code. Thank you. Thank you for that kind subscription. I really appreciate that. But I see some friends in the chat room have already found overnight we had excuse me, we had a friend on Twitter pick up on my concept, my comment that we got, I think it was last time or previously, this week while we were together. Somebody had suggested, I forget exactly who, that we make an emote out of Clippy with a rainbow beard. And Adil Adilio on Twitter put that together and said, here you go. Have fun with it. I grabbed it. It submitted it this morning, and within a half an hour, boom, it's available. Yeah, Tagaron's got it. Stelzy's there with it. Lannon BR, hello. And that means that all subscribers now get, yes, the rainbow bearded paperclip. Good afternoon, Ancient Coder. Crazy Spaniard, hello, good to see you. So enjoy the rainbow bearded paperclip. I have a couple more like that I want to see put together and that I'm working with some friends on. There you go, Ancient Coder. It's like the marching paperclips. So I do have a wish list of several more here that I have some friends putting together and then I'm putting together with an artist or some. But an artist or two, and we'll see how that goes. Let's get some music playing here in the background, and then we can talk about some of the other fun things that are going on. Today, I'm going to play Orange. This is from Music to Code By from our friend, Mr. Carl Franklin. These songs are scientifically engineered. They're designed to get you in the flow, to get you super focused on whatever task it is that you might have at hand. Check it out, mtcb.pwop.com. Simon Jeering's here. Hello. Ancient IT guy. Oh, thanks for coming back. I appreciate you stopping back in. Svava Blount. What mischief? Lots of mischief today. Svava, we've got a rainbow bearded paperclip emote. Okay, now when I say that, it sounds a little weird. I've got my Twitch hat on today. Last night we had a meetup of some of the PH16 team, the Philadelphia gamer community, that gamer and Twitch streamer community that I'm a part of. And we announced last night there's now a PH16 stream team. So we believe that's the first stream team for the Philadelphia area for a regional group of streamers in the Philadelphia region. Check them out. Twitch.tv/team/PH16. Yeah, there we go. How's it going, Gareth? Let's see. What do we got here? So, it's great to see everybody here. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. What the heck did my machine just do? Windows installed an update overnight, and it's... every now and again, there it goes again. It just like, everything goes slow for a second. I don't get it. But we haven't dropped any frames, so there's that. Interesting. Best thing ever. Thank you, Fairy Wings. Oh, wait till you see where else we're going to put the rainbow beard. So I'll share this list, and maybe if we have some aspiring artists there in the chat room, maybe I'll put this up on a GitHub page. I'll cut over to, let's go right to this view. There they are, right above me. Probably makes more sense to put it over here next to me before we get into our code. So there's a bunch of these, and I think so. We got Clippy with the rainbow beard, which is hysterical. I am so thrilled to see that. I'm gonna cross that one off. Do the thing. That's kind of the catchphrase that I say a lot. I'm not sure how we make do the thing into an emote, but maybe there's something there. A cartooned C# I think is phenomenal. A broken keyboard I think is kind of my lowest priority. I'm like, I don't know about that. This one though, I am really looking forward to. And Mrs. C# Fritz is building. It's not off topic, Squirrel. I have from way long time ago, when Mrs. C# Fritz was in college, she did a painting of a squirrel with a kind of a shocked look on its face. And we're going to turn that into an emote. And that's going to be our distracted squirrel. It's original art from Mrs. C# Fritz. And it will be an emote on the channel. She was grabbing the painting yesterday, and it is going to be hysterical to see and to give you all of our fantastic community out there, so supportive. Thank you so much, to give you a distracted squirrel emote. Yes, everybody loves a good squirrel emote. Hey, Lannon. Brandon's here. Hey, Brandon. So you got to check out Brandon Satrum. Did you meet your goal, Brandon? I know you had a follower goal. Let's see if... Hang on. Let's pop over there for a second. I know you were trying to get... Did you get the affiliate? Oh my gosh. Sure looks like you did. Didn't you? So let's do this. So Mrs. C#, well, I know she's working on it. These other ones, not so much being worked on. I'm trying to figure out who and how and when to make these things happen. But 100 followers Brandy was trying to reach before March 1st. And you hit it. Let's throw a shout out there for Brandon. But that's not how you spell it. Too many keys. There we go. Thursday, gotta dye the hair now. Yeah. Cyan Panda. That's a pretty cool emote. Pyro Dog, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you joining us. And I look forward to seeing you in the chat room. Just don't light anything on fire, will you? Just keep the flames to yourself there, Pyro Dog. Cool. Installing NuGets now, says Janescu. Cool. So let me, and you know what? I'm going to do one more thing here. Since, Brandon's hit affiliate status, and he's doing a lot of great stuff with coding, helping folks out, learning IoT and a bunch of different things. I'm going to do this right now while I've got us here on stream. Long time ago, I worked with Brandon over at Telerik. Where'd it go? I'm on the wrong panel. And I'm sorry, I can't show you this panel. Let's do this right here. I'm going to do this right now, right here. I hope you join us as one of the live coders out there. We'll extend that invite over to Brandon. We've got a bunch of folks that are live coders on the live coders team. You can click the link below and you'll see more information about all these great folks that are writing code live here on Twitch. Me, NoOpCat, Dev Chatter, Talk to Me Gooseman, Clark.io. You probably know a bunch of these folks. You can find them all in one place. Click that live coders link and you'll see everybody there, and it'll automatically switch to the next person when they're live. All right? So we want to make sure that this is a great group of folks that are streaming regularly and that are going to be out there for a long time and that have a good presence in our community, a positive presence. Lucky number 7, Tyler Leonhardt, right? Tyler and Potato Quality are writing PowerShell along with Mark Krause. James Montemagno is working on stuff for Xamarin, right? Check out Robert Tables. He's building stuff with containers and on AWS. Rambling Geek is building a Magic Mirror project. It's an amazing group. Check them out. Follow that live Coders team down there. You're welcome, Brandon. Thank you so much. You're doing a phenomenal job over there. Folks, make sure you click over and give Brandon a follow. You won't be disappointed. The only problem with so many great people streaming coding is finding time for your own coding when not watching streams. You know what, Simon? If you've got your own niche, if you've got your own topics and things that you enjoy coding, you'll figure out a time that fits in there. Maybe you're opposite somebody who's writing PowerShell and you're working on database stuff, or you're programming Unity. That's cool. That's great. Having that selection is something we should celebrate, not something we should look at as competition. The fact that we get more and more folks that are interested in writing code and watching and learning about all the different types of software development on Twitch is amazing. Dual screen. Okay, Gareth, I've got to make a confession. Can I make a confession here? Can I do that? Come in a little closer. So Friday night, I was having an amazing time. We just finished Virtual Dev Intersection. It was co-hosted with my good friend, Mr. Richard Campbell, on the Dev Intersection channel here on Twitch. Let me throw a shout out to Dev Intersection so you can find that channel. And the two of us had a great time talking back and forth. We had our friend, Dallas joined us, Steve Smith, Michelle LaRue Bustamante from Salience, the CTO of Salience. Phenomenal speaker, longtime community member. She joined us and talked a little bit about architecture. And then we had Ciprian Gichichi join us to talk about deep learning. Tremendous day, long day. I did 8 hours of streaming that day. I finished the day, Gareth, and I wanted to just watch some streams, kick back, relax. I had a nice tumbler of some Crown Royal, and I was watching 4 streams at the same time. I had Overwatch League up, I had Dr. Disrespect, I had Fierce Kittens, and I had LA Face, and wow. It was a lot of fun. Let me tell you, watching 4 at once on 3 screens, yeah. I felt like I was watching tennis. So much fun. Check it out. I'm so glad that all of you are here. And I want to make sure that these folks are all affiliates, so you know they're going to be around for a little bit, and that they've got a regular schedule of streams. Those are my first 2 requirements to get folks onto the team. The mad lad I was, quite. Gareth asks, how do I choose which audio to have on? So I have a standing agreement with Carl on the music to code by. I really like his music. I think it's groovy and it keeps us in the flow. So I just pick something that we haven't played in a while. I particularly chose Orange today because my Philadelphia Fusion play a little bit later today against the Atlanta Reign in the Overwatch League. So I gotta have a little bit of orange today. Know what I mean? The Thursday night, the Fusion, who are part of the same company as the Philadelphia Flyers, the hockey team, had our mascot Gritty show up. You can find Gritty at Gritty NHL on Twitter, and he is insane. So the mascot just rolled over to the next team in the company. But both the Flyers and the Fusion are owned by Comcast or Xfinity Cable, or you might also know them as the company that owns Universal Studios or NBC. Yeah, they own a lot of stuff. But the Atlanta team, they're owned by Cox Communications. And so it's literally a cable company battle. It's going to be fun to watch. So this is my current list of emotes. What do you think? Do I have anything here that looks kind of out of line? Anything weird? I was thinking for hype, the bot holding hype, right? Or somehow have the bot and hype together in one emote. Good morning, Robert Tables, or as some of our friends like to refer to him, Robertables. So, new sub emote, yeah, and there's a little bit of a thought of moving the super C#, moving that emote. There it is. make that either that or make some sort of an evolving cap, the sub icon. And maybe make the C# logo the cheer. I don't know. Super C# is for Mads. It is for Mads. You're right, Jay Kerstatter. You're right. And, however, I am C# Fritz. And we've had Mads on a couple times. If I do have an opportunity to speak to Mads, perhaps at Build, I want to make sure that we have as many folks as possible that can rep that Super C# logo for Mads when he joins us next time. So I'm thinking I want to move and make that available to folks as a tier 1 emote. Tough competition, yeah. Also have the T. Oh yeah, that T-shirt's still available. Hey Wise Cube, good day. Good stream Friday night with Ellie Face. Yes, her Friday night stream. Oh, that was hysterical. And then last night we did Spicy Saturday with Tom McHugh. The Tom McHugh. He's a gaming speedrunner. And we had a lot of fun with him. My gosh, I wasn't able to participate. They were doing a challenge where based on how many cheers, how many subs, how many new followers came into Tom's channel, everybody would eat progressively spicier and spicier food. The chicken nuggets they had were all breaded, and unfortunately, I have celiac disease. I can't eat breaded food, gluten, wheat, these types of things. So I had to pass on that, but I think for next time we're going to try and get something, some grilled chicken for me to be able to participate. Yeah, the bomb sauce. If you've seen the YouTube series, what's it called? Hot Ones? Where they have guests on and they eat progressively spicier and spicier chicken wings. They had it's like the 8th sauce that they eat, the 3rd hottest sauce. That's what they had last night, and it was a little crazy with that spicy a sauce. Is that Mr. Quali or MAK? Let me know how you pronounce it. Thank you for joining us. I appreciate the follow. Which show are we talking about? So I believe it's called. Is it called Hot Ones on YouTube? Does somebody have a link to the playlist they can share in the channel? A lot of fun to see them eating these progressively hotter and hotter things. I want to prioritize a little bit of this emote list, and then is anybody interested in writing one or two of these? If you are, I'll put it over on the GitHub list so that folks can grab it. I don't feel good about headphones. Stream Deck, I'm also thinking, is kind of hard to do. Gritty might be interesting, but I'm worried about copyright on. The Works on My Machine badge is going to be really hard to read in an emote. Cartoon C#, I think the Octocat is going to be really good. Something with a rainbow beard. I need a mechanical heart. I need something for love to go along with the hype. There you go. Hot One Season 8. Thank you, Robert Tables. Did I check out Brady already? Oh, well, there's... So... Yes. I actually have Brady on the back of my phone. The Open Cloud Ninja Sloth. If I take Brady and make Brady one of my emotes, then it becomes mine and nobody else can use it. Good morning, Teal Old Man. Thank you for joining us this morning. You have the artistic skills of a moldy peanut. That's impressive. Is there a C# Brady? Is there? Where? Or .NET Brady? No, I don't see it. Midnight Brady? What's Midnight Brady? Is there a C# Brady? That would be cool. Where, if Brady into a new designer variant. Yeah. Is there a C# Brady? If there is one, absolutely. Gareth, that's better. I like that. I like that a lot. My chance to create one. So, thinking out loud, if I were to make a C# Brady, it needs to be big enough that you can see it when Brady gets emotified. I would almost go with the blue, like I have in my C# hat, and my C# hat's downstairs. And then have the super logo. There's going to be too big, too small when it gets pushed down, reduced. I don't know. I got to think about it. Might be doable. There's also Bit, right? The Bit Raccoon. No, where is he? No, the Azure Raccoon. Wow, Psycho42. Thank you, right, Psycho? I hope that's how you pronounce it. Thanks so much for the sub with Twitch Prime. And of course, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you can turn that into a Twitch Prime account free and use it anywhere you'd like here on Twitch. If you decide to use it with me, it removes the ads from the channel, and you get to use all the cool emotes that are growing. This is what we're looking at, including the new Rainbow Bearded Clippy. And I'll make a donation to Black Girls Code this quarter. I don't see the raccoon logo. I don't... No, not blue raccoon. I don't see it. But you've seen this raccoon. That's not it either. Hey, Quill Tony. Hello. You have a second keyboard with some bash scripts for single key press. Okay. Does it have to be C#, or could you just put a sharp for encompassing C# and F#? I would actually go to .NET. Is that Hessam call? Hope I have a great time. Oh, we're gonna have a great time today. Yeah. Who was that with the follow? KC. Ooh. Thanks so much for the follow. One more commit. Thank you for joining us. Oh my gosh, we're closing in on 5,400 followers. There it is. You can see it there as well. When we hit 7,000, if we hit 7,000 before May 1st, I will dye the beard rainbow for Build. Microsoft Build 2019. It's in Seattle. And yeah, I'll have a rainbow beard. And I will say, my marketing team has asked for me to dye the beard purple for our Visual Studio launch workshop, April 2nd. So that's coming up on the radar. That'll be phenomenal. If we hit 10,000 followers by January 1st, 2020, Quill Tony wants to paint my face rainbow? What was it with the rainbow? Yeah, Ashley McNamara. She has the raccoon. McNamara and the raccoon. Right? The raccoon's name is Bit. Is it over here? Kubernetes. I don't see the space raccoon. I don't see it. Yeah, she polished the raccoon up a little bit. I don't see it. The gophers that she does, yeah. So maybe I'll reach out to her and see what we can do to make a .NET. The .NET raccoon, spelled right? Right? 2 C's, 1 C. Raccoon. Why am I thinking? Need that emote. Oh, thank you. 2 C's. That's what I thought. Currently wearing a t-shirt with Bit from Hacktoberfest. Yeah. All right. Let's get into this. We've talked a little bit here. Do you want me to post this list? You know what? I'm just going to post it. I'm just going to post it. Let's see here. Get rid of that. No, start another tab. GitHub, C# Fritz live stream. I put all kinds of notes about the stream in here. Let's create a new file. And we will call this emotes markdown. Possible emotes to be created for the stream. And I'll just post it in there. Clippy with rainbow beard. Now, what's the markdown for strikeout? What is it? Tildes around the words. Okay. Yep, do it. Commit the thing. Consider a reflective beard for build. No. That's a little bit much. That's a little bit much. Oh, they're not. I need to. Let's see. Let's do it like that. Right? Good. When was the last time you were clean shaved? 2006. 13 years. So, yeah, it's been a while. All right. Works for me. All right, there it is. So if you're interested in following up, if you want to pass on, maybe you know an artist friend, there's the list of emotes that we're looking at building. All right, let's get into our project today. There we go. So we've been working on the StreamDeckToolkit. This is a toolkit of features. It's not just a library, but it's also a template that you can use with C#. We're going to build out templates for other languages. I know Gareth's interested in helping out a little bit in building an F# template, and I'm more than happy to take templates and features for other languages. But you can build plugins, new actions, new features for the Elgato Stream Deck. And that's what I use to control the stream. And I have all kinds of features that I use here to play music, to change my scenes, to do all kinds of things, to change my voice. I didn't put on my microphone to change my voice. We should do that because it's fun when I change my voice. Let's see here. Make sure I have this set up right. Oh, that's a bad idea. Bad idea. Gotta plug the microphone in first. Alright. And yep, there it is. Test. There it is. It's like I fell in a hole. All right. So when it's ready, when I need it, it's there for the cheeky plug. Yeah, it's a little bit, sure. And you are working on it on the stream. Oh, well, let's make sure we throw a shout out there for Gareth. If you're interested, make sure you check out. That's not how you spell Gareth's name. That's not how you spell it. That's not going to work. Come on, bot. There we go. Make sure you check out Gareth a little bit later, and he's going to be building that template. All right. So it's got a template. It's got some other features in here so that you can build out capabilities for the Stream Deck. Well, last night, our friend and recent guest, Tyler Leonhardt, put together a couple of requests to make the universally unique identifier. This is the identifier for each one of the actions on the Stream Deck, the identifier that goes with what these things are, so the application can identify those uniquely. He wants to be able to make that a setter or a constructor in the Stream Deck action. This way it can be passed in, and eventually what he would like to do is he would like to be able to make actions on the fly with PowerShell. I need to get a little bit more of an idea around what he's trying to do there, but I'm not opposed to adding an additional constructor that has this feature. It will enable him to take some steps towards this. So, let's see what we can do to put that together easy. UUID needs a setter, or base Stream Deck action needs a constructor that takes a UUID. That's not bad at all. So, let's do it. I already have the code open over here. And there's some of that PowerShell that he helped us with. So I'm going to go into our base library. So this is a .NET standard library. This will work on .NET Framework, .NET Core, wherever fine .NETs are available. And we're going to go in and enhance the base Stream Deck action. So here's that abstract class, right? You're going to build all of those Stream Deck actions by deriving from this. Okay. So I'm going to put a private setter on the UUID here so that if we want, we'll create a constructor here for base Stream Deck action that doesn't do anything, and we'll create a second one that does take the UUID. And this dot UUID equals what was submitted. That's an easy enhancement. And why don't you like that? Abstract properties cannot have private setters. How do you feel about that one, tough guy? I'm feeling pretty good about that. Where are fine .NET actions available? We're working on that, Quiltoni. We're working on that. We're building more. Has he figured out how to stop PowerShell causing a UAC prompt when it's run? That's the issue you have. That's a good question for him. He has his own Twitch stream you can check out as well. Our private setters, yeah, you saw Stelzy. It's going to block me on that. So adding that seemed a little bit too easy. It did. I'm going to label this an enhancement, and this is issue 119. So without going too much further, I'm just going to build and run all of my tests to ensure that I didn't break anything, at least within the scope of the things that we are testing. So you saw the live unit testing window came up, and I have a build failing, actually. What? It's, yeah. All right, hang on. Test, Windows, show me that test explorer. Here it is over here. And we'll see it, identify and run all of these tests. And if you're interested in helping out, if you want to figure out and get around the project a little bit, we can always use folks writing some tests, writing some documentation, and if there's cool features that you'd like to add, we can always get into that as well. My sample action does not implement UUID set. Well, that's going to be a problem. We don't want that. That's a problem. Yeah, I can't make that abstract get. If I get rid of this, I can't set it from up here because it's read-only. I would need to make this virtual. And then I could put a private set on it. And then I shouldn't, yeah, I didn't break anything here. You can see it's already building on the side and testing things. What do you think? Is there a list somewhere of projects using that library? That's a good question, Cryptocoder. And that might be a nice idea to put some sort of a usages or who's using this page together on the repository. Let me force that rerun to happen here on the tests. Okay, that worked. Mama C# Fritz just texted me. It's like, don't you know I'm live? Don't you know? They haven't figured out how to follow and subscribe yet. But that's not a bad idea. How's it going, Crows 4K? So many great devs out there with cool ideas. Yeah, it would be great to have a list. Yeah, I think you're right. Why is this kind of hanging? This test. Stub proxy initialized, start async. It's never going to stop. This doesn't stop. That's going to be a problem. Right, I want to say assert dot null task dot exception. I also want to task dot, I want to kill the task. Not continue with. I want to stop it. I want to kill it. What is it to kill the task? I'm going to dispose it is what I'm going to do. Get out of here. All right, so... yeah. Why am I not seeing... I'm looking at the test. Why? There we go. A task may only be disposed if it is in a completion state. So we need to cancel it, is what we need to do. And now that we've moved things around a little bit, right, the cancel, the, right, when Connection Manager is started, right, we should have hang on, wait a sec. I can't just do and go down and see this. I have music for that. And I need my Stream Deck to play that. Yeah, I think you're right, Gareth. Let's set that cancellation token. I need some... Yeah, here we go. Let's go find it. So happy. There's run. Now run is creating its own cancellation token source. So I have no way to touch the cancellation token. This feels like a mistake. I'm going to address this first, I think. You're looking at OBS WebSocket 450. Have I tried it? Seems promising. It's quite promising. A lot of folks use it. But I should be able... I want to set this cancellation token from outside so that I can cancel... so that I can cancel the connection manager. Which means that I need to pass it in either through initialize or... oh, no, there... okay, hang on. Cancel it... start async is taking a cancellation token, but it doesn't do anything with it. I think we need to pass in the cancellation token so that down here we can appropriately cancel. I think we need to pass that in. I'm going to remove this obsolete. And I'm actually going to turn this around. Let's move this up here. Put this down here. Cancellation token dot none. And when I say run, I want to pass in the token. And then instead of saying using on the cancellation token source here, I'm going to yank all that. So the cancellation token lets us cancel what's going on there. D-Dayum, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you joining us. And I've got an extra... And let's reformat. All right, so now I have the token, and now everywhere that I try and check the token, if so, token needs to be passed in like that. Cannot be applied to it. Why not? Oh, because it's a struct. All right. If while token so I need to create a token if I don't have one. So I should always have one when I pass in here. Wow, LSTNWS, thank you for the follow. GitHub repo. GitHub repo? You can check the GitHub repositories, or just below me here, you'll see a list of all the repositories that we have for this. Feature branch, all the things. Yes. Absolutely, Stelzy. I want to create a new cancellation token source. There we go. So now we have a token and we're able to pass it around. So if it's being aborted here, we shouldn't have to say keep running. We shouldn't have to go through that. We're just going to say keep running false. And keep running. Cancellation token is someone from outside pushing in and saying stop. Keep running is the process itself saying I need to stop. Okay. So the token's being passed around. I think we're okay in there now. Okay, so now if I go back to that unit test, instead of saying this, right, I can create my own source. New cancellation token source. And then here, I can say token source dot token. Make sure that the exception is null, and then I can cancel it. Right, I can say token source dot cancel. Like that. And it'll stop appropriately. And there it goes. Now it properly stops. Fantastic. All right. So we've got that working. We've got a couple other errors in here that feel weird. We should fix these before we check in code. Look at that. More rainbow clippy beards. Rainbow bearded clippies. I'm not going to interrupt the side conversation. I'll let that go. But if there's any questions, make sure, try and call me out here. When registering multiple unique actions, what's going on here? Wow, the formatting. Okay. I appreciate what you're trying to do with the formatting. Woof. Okay, so there's two actions. What's this? Action should not throw, registering multiple unique actions. Well, that's not really acting. You registered the actions. Let me move this down here. Should not throw, registering multiple unique actions. Well, what happened? Did not expect any exception because registering multiple actions, but found a null reference. Object reference set to an instance of an object. And your error stack that is thrown has none of my code. Function assertions. You make me sad. Digital Drummer J. Yeah, Master Branch Protection. Yes, yes. Inva HB. Thank you for the sub with your Twitch Prime, and we'll make a donation to Black Girl's Code. You'll get to use the .NET Bot and the brand new Rainbow Bearded Clippy. Very cool. I can't see where this is throwing an error. Null reference exception. Where? Now I have to debug into this. Function assertions, you make me very sad. I don't like having to debug something like that. I want to see where that error happens. All right, there's the debugger. Cool. I'm drinking sour cherry G Fuel today. Here we go. Object reference not set to an instance of an object here for... Okay, so we have an action, and we have a UUID. We don't have a logger factory. Okay, so this is an artifact from how we now do Connection Manager. So let me go back over here. Right, so if logger factory comes in and is null, we should probably create our own. Just to have a dump place to drop out there. Hey, Pac-Man Jr., what do you think? What do you think of our rainbow bearded Clippy? And I can't wait to see the other places that I hang out and the Clippy shows up with the beard. Looks good. All right. Thank you. Big credit out there to Adil Lagari, Adilio on Twitter. Here, let me, you know what? I want to make sure that we give proper thanks to the artist here. Ninja Coder 88, thank you for the follow. Here's the link to Adil sharing the design for the Rainbow Bearded Clippy. Drop him some love. Throw a couple likes out there and let him know that you enjoy the Clippy. Huge appreciation for that. All right, cool. All right, so if we don't get a logger being passed in here, right, somewhere down here, it stashes the logger, or not. Where the heck is it? Right, logger factory coming in. I'm looking for it being, oh, it's being passed along here to the next initialize. Okay. So let's do this. Isn't there a null logger factory? Yeah, there we go. So if you don't have one, don't do anything. How long does Jeff tend to stream for on Sunday? Never caught a weekend stream before. I like to run till for about another hour, right up to when our friend Suze Hinton, No Op Cat, starts, and then we'll raid over to her and continue with, and she'll continue with JavaScript and IoT at that point. So that way you've got, and then she'll go for about an hour or two, and then our friend Node Botanist will chime in after that, and she's doing things with robots and other cool stuff you'll find the Node Botanist working on. So, cool. Might do a stream another time. No problem. Getting on the road, going to listen to the stream to keep you company. Well, I'm going to raid into No Op Cat stream, Carrie, and there you go, Robert Tables with the No Op Coffee emotes. So we just chain together so that for you out there that want to learn and you want to see all kinds of different developer content, it turns into almost an ad hoc developer conference where you go from right one show to the next to the next to the next. This is one of the goals I actually have for the Visual Studio channel, is I want to set up auto hosting, so if you just tune into the Visual Studio channel, you get connected from me into .NET Developer Stand-Up, into Brian Clark, into James Montemagno, maybe Brandon Satcham in the evening, and you have this connection that goes from one to the next to the next. And I want to make sure, yes, Simon, Developer TV. Robert Tables dropped in there as well. And I want to make sure that this is accessible to folks. I also want to make sure it's inclusive. I think diversity is a little bit overused as a term, but inclusive. I want everybody to feel like they can stream, they can participate, and it is clear to me, and I do understand that we do need some more people of color, some other folks of different cultures streaming and participating as part of this. I want to help enable some other ladies to stream. Potato Quality's doing a great job streaming PowerShell content, but and Carrie ran her first stream the other day as well. See Payette there in chat. I want to make sure everybody who wants to can, and everybody who wants to watch developer streaming sees somebody at some point that looks like them. Whether it's a person of color, it's a lady, it's a guy. I want you, or even somebody who's trans. I want you to make sure that you find folks out here that are writing code that you can enjoy spending time with. So, inclusive communities enabling developers of all walks and skill levels. Absolutely. Suze is an amazing streamer. Rachel Reese, I'm not sure she's still developing. I know she's taken some time away to be a mom. And that's great. That is a choice that everybody should be able to have, for financial reasons, for healthcare reasons, for whatever reasons. Folks should be able to step away and say, you know what, I want to run a family now. And if that's her choice, great. If she wants to continue participating in the community, that's cool too. We welcome that with open arms. So, yeah, absolutely. All the love for the diversity there. Love seeing the purple hearts. So I'm still getting a red X here. What else? Where did my test window go? Or is it just gone because I'm kind of in debugger land? Object reference not set. Yeah. I know. Stop. Rerun the tests. Now that I changed the code. Do the thing. Draco asks, could I do a stream sometime with tips for people that want to start streaming? Actually, Draco, we did a stream on Wednesday with the folks from Twitch Dev talking about what it's like to get started streaming. If you check the videos link above, we simulcast it to both the Twitch Dev stream and to my stream. So you'll find it there. It's February 13th is the date, and it's got a significantly different look. But you should be able to find it. Maybe I need to export that to YouTube as well. You're so confused but interested, asks the White Knight. The White Knight 2. The White Knight 1 is busy, and He's on the other side of the chessboard, on the other side of the bishop over there. On this side is where you'll find the White Knight 2. White Knight 2, what are you confused about? What can I help you with? Drop a question in there, and we've got lots of great friends in the chat room. They'll be more than happy to help you out. And if they don't, we've got some folks with swords there that can take care of things. Yeah, Cryptocoder, absolutely. Just do it, OBS, and don't worry about the webcams, fancy things. Landon, thank you so much for dropping the link. There you go. And if there's something in there that I need to go into a little bit further, Draco, let me know. And or even there's a Ask Jeff Anything section of the Discord server. You can get to the Discord server with the link down below. Click through, ask a question in there, and we'll bring it up. I try and take about a half hour on every stream and answer questions at the beginning. Not technologically literate whatsoever, but that doesn't make this any less interesting. Okay. I try to make sure I explain things as I go along here, White Knight, and I will be sure to do that to make sure that you're up to speed. I don't have a Discord command right now, Lennon. I need to do that. But it is linked down below. So what I'm doing right now is I am trying to fix some. These are called unit tests. These are tests that make sure that my code works, so that I don't break anything as I go and add new features. So this is green. This bar is green because the test that I was executing, passed properly, very quickly in 75 milliseconds. But I still have another broken test out here. Should throw duplicate action registration exception when registering multiple instances of the same action. Now, what I did that kind of broke this, yeah, I'm gonna reorganize this just a little bit here because I'm not a fan of how that's. So this is action.should. Okay. Throw duplicate action registration exception. Now, it's erroring out. An item with the same key has already been added, unique ID. So we are getting something like that. Stormfist68. Thank you so much for that kind subscription. At a tier 1, we'll make a donation to Black Girls Code. We make donations for all of our subs, all of our cheers here on stream, and to support organizations that teach folks how to write code. Thank you so much. We'll support Black Girls Code. You can find out more about Black Girls Code on the wall below. But all through this quarter, all subs and cheers will go to Black Girls Code. And you'll get to use the .NET bot, as well as now the Rainbow Bearded Clippy, everywhere on Twitch. White Knight 2, thank you so much for the follow, and I'm happy to chat and answer your questions here as I go along. Frank asks, are you using a framework for my unit tests? I believe this is XUnit. Yeah, I'm using XUnit for these. But I'm curious why this action should. So it's saying argument exception, item with the same key has already been added when it's trying to insert on my register action internal on the connection manager. So my connection manager is where I'm taking the Stream Deck actions, right? Yeah, all of those, all the different buttons that I can put on my Stream Deck, and I'm configuring them, right? I can make those available from within this plugin that I'm writing. So where is it? I'm in the connection manager. Let's go find this method, register action internal. Here it is. So this is throwing the duplicate action registration exception. What I think I should do here to wrap it a little bit nicer is I want to catch. Now I can catch that exception, the argument exception, and I can rethrow it. And this is a nice model to use so that you're actually encapsulating and showing, well, here's what actually happened. And this is the throw new duplicate action registration exception. And I can specify the UUID, which action it is that I'm indicating. Okay. And then the inner exception is going to be that one that I just caught. This way, it's clear exactly where it came from, and it makes my test pass. Just to be sure, I'm going to rerun all my tests. Yeah, not quite the right answer there, Fritzbot. So, good. All of my tests pass. And I've got this new feature built for Tyler that will allow us to pass in the UUID, the unique identifier for an action. So I'm going to commit this change. Do I have a PowerShell open? I don't. I need to open a shell. Where'd it go? There it is. Come on. There we go. And StreamDeck first. There we go. So I've got a bunch of files that I changed here. Fixed some tests. Added UUID constructor. And then this is issue 119. By referencing that here in my commit, when I create the pull request, it'll automatically close it. I will sign my commit so that you know it came from me. Take that, exceptions. Yes. That was exceptional. Huh? See what I did? Okay. Dad joke. I am building my stream tools and first widget is stream notification one. That's a cool idea. Protectoroid, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you joining us and I look forward to seeing you in the chat room. Always happy to answer questions for people.
Do it live!
And I'll answer it live. All right? I promise. Because
I drink and I know things.
I do. That joke went up the... Wow. Gareth. That joke went up the stack there. Well played. Okay. So this I'm going to reference, create a pull request. So we can add that feature in. Able to merge. Added UUID constructor to fix 119. Create that pull request. Oh no. No! As much as I try and get rid of this, these don't go away. I keep pulling back and pushing up and they do not go away and it makes me feel bad. So what's happening here, this is called continuous integration, and I can click through on this details link. What's happening behind the scenes is GitHub is taking a look at this pull request, grabbing all the code that I'm sending over and saying, well, does this actually compile and work? So it's actually going to compile the code that I'm suggesting, run all the tests, and then come back with a red or green status saying, yes, the test passed, or no, the test passed, or it wasn't able to compile or something like that. So this is a nice automated way for me to get status coming back that I didn't break anything, or anybody in the community that submits didn't break anything either. So I'm going to let that roll along here, and I'm going to look at Tyler's second request. That was the one we just did, 119. The other one is add manifest JSON content as part of the configuration builder. Would be nice to already have a manifest object available at startup to interact with. Now, the manifest in a StreamDeck plugin is a file, looks like this, that describes all the images and things that are part of the plugin. So here's an action. This is a sample plugin action. It's got some images. It's got the title that should appear on it, the font size, tooltips. There's that unique identifier. And you can have multiple actions. These are in an array. And then I've got here's how you launch the plugin, as well as it's supported on Mac and it's supported on Windows with minimum operating system versions. And we can update that URL so it points to something on our website. So this is the manifest. And what Tyler is asking for is he'd like to be able to work with the object for a manifest. And let's dig into this. Configuration Builder has a logger factor. It would be nice to expose the manifest JSON as a part of the configuration builder. It would let it be its own entity like manifest parser, like that, so we can supply you with a parsed manifest object to start up. So what what Tyler is suggesting is be able to run a for each through those actions and register them, so that he can build the Stream Deck on the Stream Deck actions on the fly as a PowerShell script. Good morning, Auth0 Bobby. And there's Gumshoe Noir. Yeah, you like the rainbow clipping? All right. Thinking about this, there's a little bit more to this one. I'm waiting to see this close up here. Come on. There we go. It passed. It passed the test, and you see the green check there that it verified. So I'm going to squash and merge. And now that feature is available. So if I go back to the issues list, it closed 119 for me automatically. Now, making the manifest available, being able to pass it in, that's kind of tricky. He wants a strongly typed object of the manifest file. I think you're right, Stelzy. I mean, doable. But I want to talk about this a little bit more. Not sure this is the best approach, as the manifest is never used by our code and is an artifact. Artifact used by the Stream Deck application. Are you just looking for bootstrapping all of the actions? I think the bootstrapping the actions isn't too bad. Right? I think that's something that we could probably do. Thinking out loud. Register action internal. This might be something that we can throw a for loop around. What if what if we had not just register action? Oh, this is going to be so good. What if we did this? .NET folks, what do you think? So what I'm suggesting here is, and we end with a return this. In .NET parlance, when you compile, whether it's an application or a library, you end up with what is called an assembly. An assembly is a generic name for a collection of .NET classes and features that all live together inside of that binary file. Or it could be put into memory and referenced from there. But, so Gareth, at startup, not terrible. Because you're already loading the assembly. It's sitting in memory. What might be considered slow for some folks, gosh, it's taking 12 milliseconds, might happen very, very quickly, right, for other folks. Is there a timing issue with this to do with when the Stream Deck software loads add-ins and when it reads the manifest relative to the add-in code would be using it? You're right, Simon. The Stream Deck application reads the manifest JSON first, and then sees here's the application to load, and then loads the application. Yeah, the Stream Deck's already been loaded. You're right. Stormfist68 says, continuous integration is a wonderful thing. Completely agreed. Oh, my Stream Decks. Because I'm editing code in this project, it shuts down the Stream Deck whenever I write a line of code. There we go. Continuous integration is a wonderful thing. Once worked with a developer who came in 4 hours after everyone else, then worked for hours after they left. He never compiled or ran his code before he checked it in and left, and it never worked. It was a complete nightmare.
Totes my goats.
Gotta reel that one in. And the fact that you have the continuous integration that has that log. Hey, Skippy, you checked in some code here and it broke. And you have that regular thing that you're able to go to the team lead or to Skippy's manager and say, you know what? Test your stuff because you got a track record here that isn't working. I completely agree, Stormfist. That becomes a good teaching moment to work with. Bootstrapping the action. Doesn't this sound like a launcher type of thing that somehow composes a plugin, copies it there when it needs it, and restarts the app? Maybe. And I'm going to leave Tyler. Tyler is innovating on this. I'm going to let him innovate in that direction and see what he can come up with. Johan, hello. No, it doesn't have any kind of plugin startup timer. Gumshoe, your name, it's pronounced Frankenstein. Oh. Gumshoe. Frankenstein, we can rebuild it. We can make it stronger. No. It's still a little bit loud there. Let me pull that down. I want it to be like in the background. It's just a little bit loud, and that sound's meant to be, a background thing. There we go. Where is the assembly coming through from in this new method? Is there any security considerations in choosing which assembly to load and under what conditions it should do so? No. Ganders. Thanks so much for the follow. And did I mention thank you to Project Aroid? Thank you for the follow as well. We are at 53. Is that 5398 now on the follower count? 2 to go to 5,400? Oh, man. How long does CI builds take to complete for you all? That's a good question, Johan. And I'll tell you what I can share with you, this project, the StreamDeckToolkit, if you look at one of the pull requests, or even if you look into the code here and you look at one of the commits, you'll find the check marks next to it where continuous integration is running. You're welcome to click on these and click the details link. The build pipelines for Azure DevOps for this project are public. I want to make sure that you can see them so you can learn from them. This one is taking about 1:20 to complete. So check it out if that's something that you want to learn more about. It's all freely accessible there for you. Between 8 and 11 minutes, trying to make that shorter. Yeah, it'd be good to make it shorter. Because you want that fast feedback on it. Fail quickly, right? Any serious non-work in progress commit that doesn't even pass an F6 build should be considered a very serious crime against coders. Yeah.
And you blew it!
We should have that play in that person's desktop when they're thinking they're writing code and being productive and helping us out. So I'm going to take a look at this register all actions, because all that I'm going to do is I'm going to do a for each and look for things that implement base Stream Deck action, right? So if I say assembly dot get types, I've done this before. No, not length. Where? And I'm going to control dot that and bring in link. Now, this is where I always get this a little bit backwards. Right? There's, do I say find interfaces? Well, it's an abstract type. I want to say like implements. Get interface, get members, get is abstract, is assignable from. So I think I actually want to go the other way. It's like type of base stream deck action dot is assignable from T. I think that's how you do it. And that'll give me the collection of those actions. And then what I could do... so this is receiving a concrete Stream Deck action. It's just newing it up. Working with a QA guy who's not being thorough. Oh, that's difficult. This is making me think I need to set up some Azure build pipelines for embedded IoT projects. Great idea, Brandon. And actually, I know Suze, NoOpCat, has been doing that. She might be talking about it during her stream today. I haven't talked to her about what she has planned, but I know that was something that she spent a lot of time configuring this week. It is free for operating system for open source projects. I'm sorry, wrong OS. Open source projects. Azure DevOps is free for I think 10 builds. I dislike commits like one last thing. Yeah. All right. So if that's the case, then what I should be able to do is say, right, for each var action in actions. So action is a type. We should call that then action type. Say var new action equals. Wow, is that Prasant Lewis? Thank you for the follow. Is it Prashant Lewis? Let me know. I want to make sure I pronounce that correctly. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate you joining us here, and look forward to seeing you in the chat room. I want to get the constructor and invoke it. Right? Boy. Why am I blanking on this? To create something from that type, I can't just say new. Do I say get constructor and new it up? 10 parallel builds for which the most part is plenty. Very plenty. Excuse me. Whew. I'm kind of blanking on how to use reflection to create, right? Reflection, create new instance from type. How to create a new object instance from type. Are you kidding me? Stack Overflow has the answer? Activator create instance. That's what I'm thinking. Create instance, and then I can pass in my type, which is action type. Okay, so new action now is some sort of an object, but it's going to be an object of, at the very least, base Stream Deck action. Right. Oh, tartar sauce. Oh, and my Stream Decks are shut down again. As base, yes. Stream Deck action. Okay, so this is a base Stream Deck action. So now I should be able to say register action internal, this new action. Right? That should work. Yeah, thank you, I'm thanking Bugfound again. Thanks so much. Azure Pipelines will finally get caching this quarter, hopefully. Ooh, that'd be good. Got to run, going on a bike ride. Thanks so much for joining us, Brandon. I appreciate it. Hey, wow. Okay, it's still there. Have fun with the kids. Watch out for the car. All right. I don't want you to be able to see what I'm going to play before I play it. I want to
Do it live!
and play some fun. Here we go. All right. So that should register all the actions. Do I have a way to see the actions from inside the connection manager? So register action internal. This puts them into actions dictionary, which is a static read-only dictionary. Okay. I don't have a way to tell what's going on in there. Not... okay. So if I come down here into the test, I have a stub action. So I could write a unit test down here. Let's write a quick test. Fact, public async task should register all actions when registering all actions. That sounds stupid, but I think that works. So let's new this up a little bit. Instead of doing that, I should be able to say register all actions. Now, why don't you like that? I need the assembly. So if I say this, get type assembly. Oh man, I think I did it. Yeah! Woohoo! I should put a not throw in there. Right? Something like that. No problems when registering actions. All actions. But I've got a red X. And now I feel shame. What'd you do? Where is it? That's not it.
What'd you do?
Let's find out. The action of type test stub action does not define a valid UUID. Oh, snap. That's a good error. This UUID. So instead of passing string empty, Chris Jones, thank you for the resub. 7 months in a row. That is awesome. Thank you so much for that. Much appreciated. Instead of passing string empty here, I'm going to call this test UUID. Cool. Yeah. And all the tests look good. Why not give it a good? It says 0 months in the chat for you. What? You got me on that one. Yep, the cumulative sub numbers. All right. I think we got that working. And now, because I have that feature in, instead of saying register action, my sample action, haha! I can get rid of that and turn this into register all actions. Wow. Esanamini. Let me know if I'm pronouncing that right. Thanks so much for the sub with your Twitch Prime. I appreciate that. We'll make a donation to Black Girls Code this quarter, and you'll get to use the .NET bot and the rainbow bearded Clippy everywhere here on Twitch. Thank you so much. That is very kind of you. And yeah, I look forward to seeing you more in the chat room. That's great. Thank you so much. I'm going to say here get type dot assembly, which should object reference is required for the non-static field, or fine. Oh, I mean a static. Ooh. So if I said program get type. Oh, this is ugly. That feels bad. So the assembly being reflected over is the plugin assembly, hence the reason why there is no security issue. Yes. Yeah. That should work. I don't like... Yeah. Yeah, I think that works. Fantastic. I'm going to commit this as a new feature. Do that again. Show me what's here. Program, unit test, stub action. Yeah, I think we're good. Added a register all actions feature to the connection manager. Push that up. Yeah. Okay. And I'll create another pull request to bring that in. No. Fat fingers. New pull requests. I'm going to go across forks. I want to come from my instance. Yep. And look, it still has all the garbage that I'm going to grab that right there. I should have done this in a feature branch, but whatever. Yeah. It works. Cool. All right, so we now have that feature available in the dev branch. It's not in production. It's not released. So now I'm going to try and close up some of this. Right, so if I say pull upstream dev. Okay, so it merged in all of that. And now if I push to my local repository. Okay, so now I should be in sync with the upstream as I build new features. I think that makes a heck of a lot more sense, and we're in good shape. All right, that's all I wanted to go through right now for the toolkit. I wanted to roll over and talk a little bit about our Sentiment Analysis Widget that we started working on last about a week or so ago with Lannon in a stream here. So I'm going to roll over to that project. Here we are. So this is a project that analyzes the sentiment of folks in the chat room. If it's positive, we'll get a higher number closer to 100%. If it's negative, we'll get a lower number closer to 0. And we're going to calculate the average sentiment over the last 1 minute, the last 5 minutes, or the duration of the stream that it's been running. This way we can see just how friendly, how happy the stream is. And my eventual goal is to put a number. I'll scoot that followers number over a little bit and put the current viewers number in the middle, and I'll put the sentiment over here so we can see the sentiment right here on stream. And then we can do all kinds of neat things about figuring out, who's being helpful and who's being a troll, and maybe use some of that information, have that information available to moderators to be able to manage the stream a little bit. What do you think, chat room? Does that sound like a good idea? How does it figure that out? Good question, White Knight. So there are services out there that use artificial intelligence that look at the general tone of a question, of something that's been written, and it will assign a number using some analysis, some text analysis, and figure out the relative sentiment, right? A question like, I'm confused, how does it figure that out? It might say that's pretty neutral. It might say it's around 50%. But then a comment like MindWrite has sounds like a great idea. It might rate that 90%. It's 90% positive because that's a pretty positive sounding piece of text. So the machines have analyzed English structure, sentence structure, and it knows, based on training and other inputs, it knows whether things are positive sounding sentences or negative sounding sentences. So it will take the content from the chat room as you post a message, run it through that quick machine analysis, and get a number that comes back. Dan Roth had a good demo of this on one of the last ASP.NET community stand-ups. Fantastic. Does it need to be perfect English sentences then? No, it'll do its best. And actually, there's even a little bit further that we can go here, and I want to bring in some of our friends from the ML.NET team. That's the Machine Learning.NET framework. And see what we can do to add some training to it, because I think there's a little bit, and Cartoofer is actually stepping right into it. Cartoofer, you're going right towards what I was going to suggest. What happens when somebody uses an emote? Oh! Now that I'm out of the Stream Deck management project, my Stream Decks won't crash on me every now and again because I'm not restarting them. So let me start these back up. No, I want this one, and I want that one.
You can do it!
There we go. ML.NET will allow us to take that general sentiment analysis, and we can enhance it. We can add more to the model so that we're not just looking at the regular English structure, but we can teach it that certain emotes are positive and certain emotes are negative, and how they're used and their position in the sentence changes the tone. And that's something we might be able to enhance this with in the future. Tom McHugh is here, the spicy Saturday host himself. Twitch-isms, that's a great way to describe it, Pac-Man. Yeah, those Twitch-isms, those things that are specific to our culture here on the Twitch platform, we can teach and extend that model, that sentiment analysis model, so that it knows that positive Twitch-ism or that negative Twitch-ism.
And then
We can deploy that so that it becomes a little bit clearer and easier and more accurate a sentiment.
And then
We'll put it inside. We'll have it inside the video here for all of us to be able to see.
And then
It will be happy.
and then
No more and then.
Shut up!
I'm done with the and thens. I bet struggles with humor and sarcasm. A little bit. Long time no see. Yeah, Tom McHugh, it's been what, 12 hours? Maybe? Morning, friends. Glad I didn't miss the sentiment work. Sleepy Sunday. What if someone has an obscure troll emote? Asks Cartoofer. That is an obscure remote. And it's Starby2Ferd. I don't know. That's cool as hell, but don't you have to code that into? Yes, we do. And you're right, the White Knight. So what our friends on the ML.NET team are able to do is build models. When you're doing artificial intelligence, you train a model, and that model then knows how to apply its learnings, right? Because we'll tell it, well, this emote is negative and this emote is positive. And these Twitch-isms, the way that folks talk about these memes and things, they're positive, and these other ones are negative. So when it sees similar sentence structure, or it sees the emotes used in those ways, we can properly affect the sentiment calculation. So that's where I want to go with some of those folks. Demo the sentiments part at the end. There you go. To be fair to the AI, plenty of humans also struggle with humor and sarcasm. Absolutely. Amen on that one. You're spot on, Simon Jeering. And really, artificial intelligence?
60% of the time, it works every time.
Roughly. Unless it's the T2000, and then be careful with that guy. T1000, right? That guy's got blades for hands. He's going to kill Arnold. Always impressed with people who can make sense of that. Have to write a 3,000-word essay for job application is fun. No, it's not. So the AI learning would sort of be it adding code to itself. Yes, that's a great way to describe it, White Knight. It would be taking that data in and turning it into actionable algorithms. And there's a way to make that work. And 40% of the time, it works some of the time. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you understand the words that are coming out of my mouth?
I do, Johan. I think you're right on there. The nature of marketing of Azure machine learning. Can we train to recognize twitchisms and emotes? And Stelzy, I think I can recruit some folks from that department to help out with it. All right, let's take a look here. So what I've got right now, if I run this right now, it will connect to our chat and we'll start to get some information coming out of this. You can extract entities from text or classify text categories. We're giving input and output, and it recognizes the algorithm to predict the output for future input. Yes. Or it just turns up a blank and totally stops working. A little bit of that, I guess. Oh no. Where's my sentiment? I thought we had a sentiment button up here that we added. Right? There should be a thing there. There we go. We're connected, and that's going to start doing some calculations. And we should see I like cheese. There we go. That's not the last version that we put together. Oh, no, here it is. It doesn't have the trend yet because I thought we added the trend indicator on here, didn't we? 96.9. Yeah, there's the trend. So, okay, that isn't formatting properly yet. The horizontal. Right? The font awesome horizontal? Doing great things. Nah, it's the right build. We're good. We're good. Right? It should be FA. No. I don't want 5. We're on 4. Where's the list of icons? Ooh, pretty. No. I want the list of icons. Oh my gosh. Does Jeff like all cheese? Well, see, okay, the Fritz bot is trying to work that out, and it's got terrible certainty there. Fallout 76 is a feature-rich game. Cartoofer. Wow.
Inconceivable!
Yeah, that's... Oof. It's pretty rough. All right, that horizontal line we're trying to draw just does not look right. Let me come down here and let me go to... Oh, it's a page, isn't it? Sentiment. Here we go. Arrows Alt-H. Arrows Alt... Well, there'll be a problem. Arrows Alt-H isn't a thing in here. I just want Arrows H, I think. Yeah, let's do that. FA Arrows H. Right, so if I update this, go back over here, refresh. Why Font Awesome 4? That was the version when we started working and building on this project. We just haven't updated. And to be perfectly honest, they renamed half the things in Font Awesome 5, and I don't want to rename all of my icons again. So the 1 minute is at 0.644. The 5 minute average is at 0.67. So we're trending down right now. So we got the down arrow. Okay. And the new sentiment was 99% positive sentiment. Thank you, Johan. All right. So what I'm thinking... Look at that. Okay, that's... Hang on. Did you see what just happened there? Chat room, check that out. So Johan put the smiley face on with the open mouth, and the sentiment that came through, right, was 99%. It was a 99% sentiment that came through. It did. Johan, yeah, I think it picked up the emoji. Now, that smiley is a pretty standard emoji. It's not one of the customized, but I thought it was 100% Johan. I think you're right. Right now, everybody's throwing the various emojis in here. Look at this. So send all positive messages. And Mordecai's now trying, right, the rainbow bearded Clippy. Is there a meh emoji? No. Yeah, now we're trying to confuse the crap out of it. Yes. Okay, so the crying face, that makes sense. Getting really low sentiment. Thrennen, is that one of Imperial Girls? No. Mick G's. Okay. Hype? Yeah. I had to. You're right, mind right. I've literally made it.
Master.
Wait.
It might be dangerous.
It was quite dangerous to just leave this open for everybody to start. Just, yeah. This is testing. Absolutely. Ship it. Actually, Robert Tables does have a ship. There it is. Yeah. Okay. So here's what I want to do. I need a sentiment icon to go next to this 60.5 so I can put it down here. What do you think? Do we have a good font awesome for sentiment? What chat room, help me out here because this is going to be in front of you. What should be a good font awesome icon to put next to followers and viewers on? I want to update this here live with you friends watching so that we have the sentiment analysis as part of the user interface going forward. Not the bleeding heart Genesco. Or Cartoofer. If this was a PH16 stream, I'd go with the brick. Smileys? Okay, so maybe a good smiley. All right. That's not too bad, now that I think about it. Using a smile emote for it. Now I feel bad. Smile O. Do I make that it? Maybe a trophy? Nah, I don't know about a trophy. Hey, fossils. I want to know how it feels about a brick. The clown laughing, Neo Geta. Comedy and tragedy masks. Oh, that's good. Is there one? No. No. Is it like drama? No. But yeah, that would be good. I don't think there's a font awesome for it, though. Dear Lord, these things are tiny. They've got to be even worse tiny for you folks. Random GIF from Giphy based on emotion. Well, Kasiva, I think that might be... Okay, Pac-Man Jr., that's pretty cool. Hang on. Let me come back to you in just a second. Pac-Man Jr., that's insanely cool looking. It's like Warlock Clippy with a rainbow beard. That's awesome. If I mix an insult with a happy emote to emphasize a joking manner, is it going to degrade me? It is kind of vague. It is. And we're just trying to get a relative number. The Noun Project has an awesome one specifically for sentiment analysis. What do we got, Robert Tables? Robertables. What do we got? Well, okay, but couldn't I just use the same smiley that we had here? Right? Is there a frown to go along with that? Not forn, frown. Yeah, smiley and frown. So There is a Font Awesome 5 for theater masks. Okay, mind right, you're trying to pull me over to that new Font Awesome. And you might get me here. Yeah, I want to see the icons. Look at that. That's not bad. But I also had a little bit of a thought, thinking back to what Robert Table was saying. This is cool. Teal Old Man, that's another good one. Weather icons. But I was also thinking, based on what Robert Tables was showing here, I could just use the smiley and the frown, and when the number is greater than 50, make it a smile. 50 and higher, make it a smile. When it's lower, make it a frown next to it. Do it!
Do it live! Do it!
Yeah, let's do it. I'm gonna go with Smiley O and Frown O. Yeah. Right, so it is FA Frown O, and it was Smilo also. So I'm going to create those constants here for the two. Frown is that. I've got an extra quote. And not small. Smile equals. And it was smile here. So what I'll do is, before this, I'll put an ID equals, I'll call it face. And I'll make that the current value there. So, the current value? Do I make it the current value? Looking back at the screen, the smile that I'm going to put in front of here, do I make it the current value or do I make it the average value? That I set that. A red-green smiley based on trend would be good. My concern with red-green is it wouldn't fit in too well here. For the current. Okay. Let's do it. Here we go. Not the 1 minute, the instant. All right. So let's say, what did we call it? Face. Face dot class name equals, and we're going to say instant if it is greater than or equal to 0.5. We're going to make it smile, otherwise we'll make it frown. What is happening here? Asks Juke70. So Juke, and I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Let me know. We're doing sentiment analysis on the chat room. Can we get a straight face for me? I don't know. Maybe. Now it didn't. I thought I put it in there. Didn't I put it in there? Face.classname. Right? Face is right there before current sentiment. We're doing some sentiment analysis on the chat room. There it is. ID face, FA, smile O. Why didn't it pick it up? What did Automod got you? Hey, Quill Tony. Yeah. So we're going to put a smile or a frown based on whether what folks are saying in the chat room is happy or sad. So it's setting that. Right? FA frown O. But it's not. Help me out here. What am I doing wrong? ID face class. Where is face defined? Face is an ID right here. Dimer525, thank you for the follow. I look forward to seeing you in the chat room. How we doing on time? We're good. We're good. Foreplay. Yeah, it's here. Oh, thank you. I'm sorry. Good catch. Document. No, lowercase document. Why are you capitalizing that? E-B... G-E-B-I. There it is. Try it again. FA's not fa. Not fa? Twixus, what are you trying to get with the live? Where'd it go? Force an issue here. No. FA smile O. It's not picking that up. FA's not fa. Why isn't it using that icon? FAS, not FA? All right. Try it again. Do the thing, do the thing. Nope. Nope. %, on that smiley face from Veronica. Look at that. It's setting the class properly. Oh, this is Font Awesome 5. I'm not on 4. I am on 5. Yeah, where is it? Start using this icon. Far FA smile. Which means then that the frown is something else. And I'm looking, there's other ones here that we can use that'll be, right? Far FA frown. There's other ones that we can use that'll get us even crazier. Oh, tartar sauce. Why doesn't it like that? Whoa, Pac-Man Jr. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. That is so kind of you, gifting 5 subs to the community. Juke70, Twixus, President Not Sure, Crazy240, and Enrix. Thank you so much for gifting those 5 subs. That is incredibly generous of you. We'll make donations to Black Girls Code, and 5 of you now get .NET bots and rainbow bearded paper clips that you can use everywhere here on Twitch. Yeah, check it out. Now, why doesn't the hype work in the first message, but it does in the second? That is phenomenal. Thank you so much, Pac-Man Jr. Been here for a few minutes and that happened. Yeah, look at that. Now, why didn't it pick up? Why doesn't it like? I'm doing far FA smile here. There are 2 bots. Ah, that's why. You're right. You're right. I class on that, and it's not picking it up. Is it the FAS is the one that I've got loaded? Is that this one? I think it's the FAS is the one that I have loaded, not far. Very cool. Thank you so much, Pac-Man Jr. I really appreciated that. Because he typed 1? I don't know. There it comes now. Fantastic. So what I'm going to do with the thing, do the thing with the thing, and then stuff happens. It's alive. All right, what time are we looking at? All right, let's wrap this up. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put the current sentiment label here. Let's create another span. And I'm going to call this label. And what I'll do is I'll come down here and get rid of that. So now I can actually pass in some CSS and hide that. If this is a learning algorithm, what's to prevent a group from teaching it wrong? So this is actually a standardized one that's out there that a lot of folks use on Azure that will... Oh, the VS snippet for the cheer messages. Thank you. So this is a standardized one that a lot of folks use. At least the bots are not self-aware yet. Or are they?
Wait, Master. It might be dangerous.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to build this and ship it. I think we're ready. I want to put a little bit of space next to this and next to the 88.5. Let's put just a little bit of space in there. Margin left 5 pixels. And then I think we've got it. And then we'll ship the thing, yeah. We'll put it into a container and we'll call it phenomenal. Wait, I did margin left. I want margin right. My bad. I really should have that load to start with a value. Waves hand. Nobody saw that type. Shipper? Ship IR? No obvious. Thank you for the follow. Oh my gosh, does that get us to 5,400? Is no obvious the 5,400th? It might be. Waiting for the thing to tick over. That's better. That's what I want. Waving the hand for Nemo3? Almost. Thanks for shopping at Robertables Convertibles. Ah, let's see what you're doing there. All right, let's do this. Let's go to here. There it is. What changed? What changed in the service? So that's what I did in the user interface. In the service, we put some cheers. That's fine. Added a smiley frown indicator. And what are my tags? 180. I'm going to make this 191. Yeah. I think it's build. Is that my command here? Yeah, build. 190. So this is going to build and make the widget available as a Docker container so that I can run it wherever I'd like. Hey, Hugo. And Thrennen with the, yep, no-op cat is going to be ready here in just a few minutes. I want to make sure that we can raid over to her in just a minute. I don't see any announcement yet over there. A cap on the rainbow bearded Clippy would make it even cooler. That's not a bad idea. Hugo, 3 months. Thank you so much for that. That'll put you into, right, that puts Hugo into Yep, a red mug. Motown Andy, thank you for the sub. I appreciate that. Here we go. Let that build happen. And then I'll rerun the bot. And we will get... There we go. Installing, building. Pac-Man Jr. with the OMG. Yeah. Who's got the OMG? Pink. Not familiar with Pink. 108 meg context. So all the things compiled. There's a bunch of images and things in there. And I downloaded all the JavaScript as well, so it's not referencing it externally. Red mug. So I shouldn't expect it to make it to the end of the episode? What? So you're essentially just touching things up so it can be applied as one big copy-paste. You got it. Wait till you see this. So there it is. Pushed. Fantastic. And I will push. And I'll push with the tags too. So we get everything pushed up. What? Email privacy restrictions. Excuse me. That's the right one for me. Go. Thank you. I don't know why it thinks there's an email privacy issue. Take it. That's 0118. Fine. Really? Because there's a V in front of it, that's why. Thank you. All right, so that's all up there. So now we're going to do a little bit of work here on the stream together. So here's what I'm going to do as we wrap up today, so as we draw things to a close. And I'm keeping an eye out there to see when No Opcat starts. Where is it? I need to go to my stream configuration and tools. I have a run command to run my stream. I'm going to take off the version number off of this. So now I should be able to double click and have it run, and it's going to run with the latest version of the stream tools, which should be this one with the sentiment. We can do that. We can wait till she actually starts. Yeah. All right, so the bot is running. So now what I'm going to do, now we're going to do a little bit of hacking here on the screen. I'm going to add a browser source. And I'm going to call this Sentiment. And this is going to go to localhost 8000 Sentiment. There's nothing there. Huh? If I go to localhost 8000, there it is. Current sentiment. Oh, you know what? I don't have a key in for that. I didn't. Okay, hang on. So what I've got to do is I've got to put the key into the thing so that it can do that. All right, so what I should do so that I don't dox myself, I'm going to go grab my user secrets, and there it is under Fritzbot, Sentiment Analysis Key. I need to actually put that into my settings over here. Otherwise, it's never going to find it. Stand by. Stand by. All right. 1 second. I'll paste that here. It is FritzBot. And I'm sorry I can't show you this because it's a key to a service that I'm connected to. All right, try running this again. Starting up. There's the thing. Giant Jeff face. Absolutely. I'm not showing my secrets. Not messing that up again. There we go. Now we got sentiment. Fantastic. So I'm going to move this over here. And now what I can do is grab this and my new sentiment thing here. I'm not going to make it, it's 800 pixels wide by default. I'm not going to make it that wide. I'll make it 300 and the height I'll make 100. There it is. That's where it'll fill out. Now my other things here around the local follower count, I need to force that refresh. Local viewer count, refresh that chalupa also. I said chalupa. I'm going to grab some of the custom CSS for that and apply it to my bit here. And now you can't see it. There it is, current sentiment. I want to get rid of the words current sentiment, which are under, right? Current sentiment label. I'll set that display to none. Okay. And where'd my numbers go? How many hours did it take to implement such functionality? I don't know. Walking through and explaining it all took a little bit of time, certainly. I'm going to get rid of the second number, the all-time, right? All sentiment. I'm going to hide that as well. So then that'll load up and we'll have our numbers. There it is. So now I will move this over a little bit. I will move this over. Look at this. Da, da, da. Adding features to the stream. And we'll drop this. I'm going to give that a little space. What do you think, chat? What do you think? That is an evolution. That's a step up now. Now we've got the ability to see. That's pretty cool. I'm really happy with that. That big thanks to Lannon BR out there who helped innovate and put together what this concept would be for that little widget. I know we've got some ideas around putting a graph to it so that we can see that trending a little bit. Maybe we can put that graph somewhere over next to chat. Maybe at the bottom of chat we can put it in there. But that looks really neat. Yeah, I think we accomplished something pretty good here. Ooh, I like it, the Jack in the Box emotes there. That's pretty cool too. Yeah, nice job. All right. I think we're in a good place here to call it a day. How are we doing? Now you want some tacos. Yeah, let's set up. Let's get the testing the sentiment. I didn't see the smiley flip. I'm not seeing the smiley flip for the comments there. There it was. It flipped to a frown for that looks crap. Yep. A couple of frowny faces and trending down. Okay. This is going to sound weird to say it, but I like seeing it. Seeing that feedback. Jean-Pierre Levac, thank you for the follow. I appreciate you joining us. Best thing ever. If there's one thing that I can be accused of, it's being incredibly transparent here on stream about everything that's going on. And I think I think we've built something here that's incredibly valuable that we can have a lot of fun with going forward. All right. Is the down arrow since start? Shuchi, good question. The down arrow is comparing the 5-minute sentiment to the last minute. So over the last minute, we're trending downwards compared to the last 5 minutes. If you give them a sentiment meter, they'll see how low they can get it. Maybe. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. This was great. I am thrilled with how things have turned up here. We've built some really neat features today. We've got things built out and structured in a way that we can go forward. We've got our new sentiment meter here. We've got some new features that we've added on to the Stream Deck Toolkit, and we're ready to do our next round of changes there, our next round of enhancements. I'm thrilled with where we've gotten so quickly. But I want to set up and let's raid over to our friend NoOpCat. She's another member of our live coders team. If you want to check out that stream, if you want to see the entire team, you can click the team link down below. The Real Pygon, thank you for the follow, but we're just about to clear out. If you want to see NoOpCat, you want to check out what she's doing with JavaScript and a little open source work today, sit right back and we will raid over and join her in just a second. New to the channel, looking forward to watching me code. Well, and we broke 5,400 followers. Did we? We're at 53.99. We're just about there. It didn't tick over yet. Thanks so much, everybody, and I'll be back on Tuesday. It'll be evening that we'll be back, and we'll do some more open source coding then. All right. Join me on Thursday of the week of this upcoming week, and our guest is going to be Matt Veloso, who's a technical advisor to Microsoft executives. We're going to talk about the various things that we as software developers should keep an eye on going forward into the future so that we can continue to grow our careers and maybe even get a little bit of an edge on the market. Thanks so much, everybody, for joining us. We'll see you next time on Tuesday. Take care.